2 of the blush, bronzers, and highlighters declutter. And I had some other ones just kind of sprinkled around. So here are the other ones that we're going to declutter as well, or at least go through and attempt to declutter. So let's start with the ones down here. All right, so House of Sillage sent me this a couple years ago. They had came out with their first makeup products, and I kept everything in here because I had no storage. So we have I want to say this is the blush duo. This actually showed up against my complexion, and I really like the highlighter. The blush is very muted. The highlighter is really nice, but I am going to declutter this one because literally it's been sitting in this bag for well over a year, not being touched. This is the eyeshadow Quint, and the eyeshadows performed really well. Once again, their makeup is actually really good, but I didn't reach for this, so I am going to declutter this. Then we have these 3 face palettes from Hourglass. I was literally like, what's the brand called? So love the Tiger palette, most definitely keeping it. The Butterfly palette is my least favorite, so I do want to declutter this. I'm gonna see if I have a girlfriend who she's a few shades lighter than me. I'll see if she wants to keep, if she would be interested in it. And then the Elephant one, I might keep this one because I do like this half of the palette. I don't really use these, but I do use these from time to time. So then we have a couple of Chanel blushes. I think these were the Chanel blushes that came out earlier this year. And if so, definitely, yeah, keeping both of them. Oh, they're so pretty. I used this one just a couple of days ago, and I was like, oh, I've got to use these more. I really enjoy the formulation of these blushes, and they've got like a subtle sheen to them, so they're just really, really pretty. I do love the deeper one over this one, but this one is still really pretty, so I'm gonna keep both of them. Here is Myricks bronzer stick. So this is in the shade called Leo, and this was really nice. Like, it's a nice emollient bronzer stick, so it's not gonna last the longest on you because the formula is more emollient, but when I have reached for it, I did like it, so I'll keep that. Here is a blush by Suku. This is in 128, 127 was the one from the other declutter. So I'll declutter this one. I'm gonna declutter this one. This shade, it's pretty, but I know I'm probably not gonna use it. And then I have a Lancome highlighter. Oh, Lancome highlighters, I think, are one of the most slept on products in this beauty market. This is in the shade called Shimmering Buff. This looks beautiful against my complexion, and it's just, I mean, if you want a high shine highlighter, check out Lancome's. This is Fenty Beauty's Eye and Face bronzer palette. I am gonna keep it because I decluttered my Fenty Beauty bronzer, and I actually have reached for this, so I will keep this one. And then I've got my highlighters from Pat McGrath from the Bridgerton collection. I love this one. I've actually been using this week. I've used it twice so far this week, and I love putting down the Duet Balm by Danessa Myricks. The one that I like to use a lot. I just realized I don't have it out here in this video, so we're just gonna talk about both. I've been loving Hot Water, putting this Duet Balm down first, and then going over it with this highlight by Pat. And oh my gosh, it's so pretty. This one is in Incandescent Gold 002. So definitely keeping this one. This one, I in theory should get rid of it, but it's like Trophy Wife by Fenty Beauty. It's just so pretty. So I want to keep it. So I am going to keep it. These are all my Duet Balms. I love them. So these are very glossy highlighters, but what's great about them is that they're not sticky, and you can apply them over a powdered face and they're not going to pick up the powder and foundation underneath. So these are amazing. So this one is Sweet Water, this is Hot Water, and this one is Clear. Danessa sent me this one and I have yet to use it. I purchased both of these. So this one I actually keep in my makeup kit. And then these are the two that I actually use for myself. So keeping all three. Pat McGrath, Bridgerton. If you saw my video, I made this a few days ago talking about products I should have never bought. This was one of them because more so of the packaging. But I'm gonna keep this in a place where I can reach for it because the formula of these products is actually one of the best formulas. The packaging. It's the packaging for me. Now, these shimmer powders, I am going to declutter because I don't use them. Yeah, I don't use them. And ideally, like this would be a powder I would put on my body, but I'm not gonna put these on my body like that. And I have other products that I reach for that I like to do that more with. So I'm gonna declutter both of them. Here is a highlighter stick from Fenty Beauty. This came out this year. It is in the shade called Ice Cream. It's nice. Nice subtle gold one. So I will keep it. This is pretty. These are the mini blush sets by EYESHADOW Beauty, and I love them. This is the shade Grateful. This is a new shade that was launched in this trio. Empowered is one of their best-selling shades. And then this one is Faithful. Oh, Unforgettable. So I actually use Grateful the most. I love Grateful. It's like a muted rose type of shade. And it goes with like any type of look that you can have. So really love this set. This is so good. If it's still available, I highly suggest getting it. And I love the size of it actually. One of my go-to bronzers as of late, the Shade Cream bronzer. This is in the shade called Deep Bronze. Definitely keeping this. This is so beautiful. I love the formula of it, not too emollient and blends impeccable into the skin. Fenty Beauty Diamond Balm. This is in the original shade. As you can see, she's been getting beat up. Like, I've been reaching for this so much lately. Definitely keeping it. And I was sent this cream blush palette by Camera Ready Cosmetics. It's by the brand called Senna. And this is really beautiful. So as you can see, I've been reaching for these three shades the most, but it's got tons of beautiful shades in here. The formula is matte, so you don't have to worry about the cream formula not lasting on the skin because it's not too emollient. It's not gonna fade away as quickly. This is really nice. So I just go in, sometimes I'll go in with a small brush, or I'll just take like a little spatula and scoop out some product, put it on the back of my hand, and then blend it that way with my brush, and then apply it to the cheeks, and it's really beautiful. The blushes don't come out overly pigmented either, so I really have been enjoying that. These are two highlighters from Chanel. Absolutely keeping them. This one is so pretty. Chanel's highlighter formula is beautiful, and it's one of those, it's like Pat McGrath, where it's like, if they come out with a new formula of highlight, it's like, go ahead and buy it because you know that you're gonna love it. But then it's like, you're hardly reaching for the ones that you have. This is the Rose Camellia one, and this is by far my favorite of the highlighters that I have from Chanel. This one, let me swatch it real quick. I don't think it's still available because it came out earlier this year. But look how pretty she is. Oh, stunning. So definitely keeping this. I am definitely going to declutter this one. This is the blush duo that came out by Fenty Beauty recently. It's their double cheeked up blush duo. The formula is cream. To me, the blushes just don't really show differently on the face. The formula is emollient, so they kind of fade away quickly. And although I like the concept of this, it just is not my cup of tea. So I'm gonna declutter that. And here is the Luxe Cream palette by Danessa Myricks. This is in the shade called, I can't see it, the Nudist. So definitely keeping this one. I have the more pinky based one here, and then this is the nudist version here. So definitely keeping this one. I have a few setting sprays that I'm just gonna quickly talk about. So this one is by Melanie Mills, and it's their super light, long-lasting setting spray. Apparently this is huge. And when I mean by huge, like tons of people love this and it always sells out of stock. It's a very fine mist setting spray. Like think of like an aerosol mist setting spray. I've used it a few times. I do think it sets my makeup, but I haven't used it enough to be like, oh my gosh, this is the best setting spray out there. I'm still feeling around or gathering my thoughts about it, but I do like it, so definitely keeping it. And then Danessa Myricks, I love her setting spray, so I have a unopened one of her Forever Mist, and then this one I'm almost done with it, and then I have her dewy one. So keeping all three. The dewy one is not necessarily dewy to where your face is gonna look shiny. It just has HA in it, and it also has cucumber extract, so it's gonna be more hydrating to the skin. These two are not necessarily mattifying, but they don't have those extra hydrating components in it. Love all three, definitely keeping them. Then I have this one by Scandinavia. This is their bridal setting spray, and this one is really good too. It holds your makeup, it lasts all day. The dewy one and the Set It Forever ones do the same thing. They will lock in your makeup all day. So in my opinion, these three are very similar in terms of how they set your makeup. So you can't go wrong with any of them, in my opinion. Okay, on to this drawer, and I'm just gonna tell y'all straight up, this is gonna be really difficult because I need to declutter things in here, but this is ideally makeup that I'm gonna reach for like more often. So the NARS Orgasm palette, I'm gonna close this so you can see. Whoops, you can see this more. Okay, I'm still using this and I still like it, so I'm gonna keep it. I love this palette. I use it a lot in the summer because this has more of like a highlighter-ish type of feel to the shadows. I mean, to the blushes, but I still love this one. I think you can still get it on NARS's website, so I would suggest getting it. I have two blush palettes by Suku that I don't reach for, but I want to reach for. That's the problem. Like, this looks really pretty and I feel like I could love it. This is the 103 blush palette, and then this one is another one. Look at it, it's just stunning. This one is the 102. I'm gonna keep them because it bothers me that I haven't used them and I know the formula is amazing. Here are two blush duos that I can get rid of. They're by Sephora Collection. They're really good, don't get me wrong, but I'm like, if I really don't want it in terms of like I use it all the time, or like with those Suku blushes where it's like I really want to use them, I'm forcing myself to declutter it. So this one is in Tiger Lily, and then this one is Peach Blossom. Really beautiful. I just swirl my brush through both shades, and the color is great. Here is a product by Suku that I never used. They sent me this one, and this is in the shade called 101. It's a cream blush formula. You can tell I've never used it because the Suku symbol is still, or embossing is still there. So I'm gonna declutter this, see if someone else I know would like it. This is Wayne Goss's Boost Bronzer Duo. I really enjoy this one and I still use it. This is the deepest one in the shade called Deep Copper, so definitely keeping it. Then we have some LYS Beauty highlighters. So, oh no, nope. We've got a matte bronzer in the shade called Courage. Oh, because I kept another one of, oh, you know what? Hold on. Because remember the other day, I kept a bronzer, but it wasn't a bronzer. This is a deeper face powder, like a deeper setting powder. Ooh, okay, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna declutter this one, okay? Because this is gonna be too deep to like set my face with. Then I'm gonna keep this one because this shade I definitely can use for my face. Then I will keep the bronzer. So this is in the shade called Courage. So yes, this, okay, sorry for all of that confusion, but I will keep this bronzer. This is a beautiful bronzer and I do enjoy it. Then we get onto our highlighters. So this one is the shade called Genuine, the rose gold one. Her highlighters are amazing. Keeping that one. The champagne one is called Brave. This is probably my favorite. The last one is called Fearless. And this one is a little too deep for me. So, oh, but I can make this one work. Hold on, let me do a quick swatch. Yeah, this one's too deep for me. in terms of like wearing it as a highlighter. So I'll declutter this one. But the formula, y'all, is so good. I'm only decluttering that one because it's too deep for me. Now, Natasha's My Dream Face Palette. I can declutter this one. The brand sent this one to me. The highlighter is beautiful, but these two shades I don't really reach for at all. And I really don't even reach for this, if I'm being honest, because it's her dream face palette in terms of like, you know, blush, highlighter, shades. And I think it's beautiful, but I know someone else can get use out of it. So I'm gonna declutter it. This is an Ilia highlighter. The Ilia highlighter formula is beautiful. Let me swatch. I think I can let it go. Let's see. Oh, hold on. Can y'all see that? Yeah, y'all can see it. There's the highlighter. Oh, I can let it go. This is in the shade called Decades Daylight Highlighting Powder. I'll declutter her. I really don't want to. This is getting hard. Okay, this is something I can declutter. So I wanted to declutter this last year. The shade is called Deep Tan. This is the Soft Radiance Bronzing Powder. And so many of you all were like, this is my favorite. It's amazing. And so I took it out of the declutter and kept it. Y'all, ask me if I use this year. Like one time. So most definitely decluttering it. Because I should have just went with my instinct last year. Here is Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk Multi-Glow powder in the shade called Dream Light. And this is pretty. I do want to keep this one. I did use this a good amount this year. And I really enjoyed it. Oh, I've got my Hermes products. Let's just talk about all three of them while we're here, because I'm not going to declutter any of them. I love the blushes. Oh, I love the scent. They are definitely scented, but I love them. So this is the one called Rose Blush. Then I have this one in the shade called Rose Pomette. Like, love them, love them. And then this highlighter is still a favorite. Perma Brass, y'all look at it, look at it. Definitely keeping them. No questions asked. Here's another definite keeper. This is the Hourglass Ambient Face Palette. This is called Eternal Light. Love it. These I use as bronzers. And then this highlighter, it is a little too deep for me. Yeah, it's a little too deep for me as a highlighter. But, so I really don't use this shade. But these two, I have used so much. And if I wanted a bronzy bronzer, like a glowy bronzer, I could just top these shades with this one. This palette is stunning. One of the very few Hourglass products that I actually use over and over and over and over again. Here's a highlighter by Soul. This was sent to me by ColourPop, but I haven't really used it, so I'll declutter it. I kept it in this drawer wanting to use it, but I didn't really use it. Here's a definite keeper. This is the Makeup by Mario, if I can get it open, the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer Medium Dark. I used a mess out of this past summer. This is a really beautiful product. So I like to use this as a bronzer for very like light, no makeup looks. If I would go to the beach, I love to use this because, you know, it's like I don't want to really put on makeup, but I do want to put on makeup. So this was a favorite for me. Keeping that. Here is the Westman Atelier bronzer stick. This is in the shade called Truffle. And I think I do like this. I'm going to keep it because I think I do like it. I think I do. Here is another product by Westman Atelier. The shade is called Peau de Pêche. This is their cream highlighter. I do like this one as well. So I'm going to keep it. I need to use it more. This could be a declutter next year, depending on how much I use it this upcoming year. Here is a Say liquid highlighter, and this is in the shade called Poppy. This is a really beautiful highlighter shade, and it actually does last pretty well on the skin, so I'll keep this one. And then we have another product by LAS Beauty, their matte blushes. This is the shade called Classy. Now, the matte blushes, I love the formula. I have all of them. I am going to look at all of them because I might declutter some of the shades that I have, the ones that I really don't reach for. So I'm going to set this one to the side until I get to the other ones to figure out which ones do I want to keep and which ones do I want to declutter. And then I have the Dior Forever Natural Bronze in the shade Golden Bronze. This is a pretty bronzer, so I do want to keep this one. Pat McGrath highlighter in Golden Moonlight. Definitely keeping, oh, the highlighter kind of popped out, so gonna be careful with it, but yeah, definitely keeping this. I'm gonna keep all of my Pat McGrath highlighters, I think. Here is a, what is this? Oh, this is a cream bronzer by the brand called Salt New York, and I have not used this one. But so I'm gonna declutter this because this is a really deep shade, and I have family members or a friend who could use it. Here's a blush by ColourPop that I kept in here because I liked it, but I'm gonna declutter it because I know I'm not gonna use it. Here's another cream bronzer by Salt. I might keep this one. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this one. Okay, this is a Gucci blush, right? In the shade called Bright Coral. I just feel like I should keep it, but I also feel like I don't want to keep it because it's really light. Like their blush formula wasn't the most impressive to me because it wasn't really as pigmented and the shades are light. Declutter. Here is the Item Beauty blush. I am gonna declutter this one. This is in the shade called It's Verified. It's a pretty color, but I have other shades like this that I like that I reach for more. Oh, these are going nowhere. These Givenchy Prisme Libra blushes and highlighter. So the blush here is number 6. They have 6 of these. I got 3 of them. They came out last year. Here is 04. Now 04, okay, hold on. I gotta talk about 04. 5 and 6 are the shades that I use the most. So this is 5, this is 6. So these are going nowhere. And the highlighter is stunning. This came out last year. It's called number 10 Organza Ore. Okay. Now 4 I could part ways with. I could, let me just take a look at, nope, I'm not. I'm looking at shade 4. This is such a beautiful, like barely there, you know, kind of neutral. Yep, I'm not. The formula of these, oh my God, they're all just so good. And even though I don't reach for 4 a lot, I still reach for 4. So keeping all 3 and the highlighter. All right, look at us working our way through. All right, liquid blush by Rare Beauty, definitely keeping. This is the shade called Joy. These are so pigmented, last all day, amazing. And then I have this highlighter by Hendash. This is called Boy Tears. I think I want to declutter this. Let me just confirm. Oh, that is pretty though. Oh shoot, now that is pretty. Maybe I just need to use it more. Yeah, I think I just need to use this more. So I'm gonna keep it. Here is a Pat McGrath blush in the shade called Nude Venus. One of my favorite blushes, so keeping her. And then the Westman Atelier blush stick. Now I'm gonna declutter this one. This is in the shade called Popette, and I really don't use it, so I can declutter it. A Rare Beauty blush. This is in the shade called Nearly Apricot. I used to love these, like used to love them, but I haven't reached for them. So I think I'm gonna declutter all of these. And then it'll be one of those things like if I miss a shade, I'll just repurchase it if I find myself actually wanting to use it. Danessa Myricks, both of her duet balms, I mean not duet balms, her dewy cheek and lip palette. So this is Dewy Undercover, and this is it Dewy Flirty? Ooh. Yeah, Dewy Flirty. Keeping both of them. So these are like these smaller versions of these larger ones here. So keeping both of them, I used the mess out of them this year, still reach for them. They're great. And then I have a Kevyn Aucoin bronzer. This is called the Neo Bronzer, and the shade is Sundown Deep. I actually still reach for this, so I'm gonna keep it because I enjoy it. Still enjoy it. My Vision Flushes by Danessa Myricks, so we're gonna get all of them out now. And all of them. So these are all of the Vision Flushes that I have. This one is in the shade called Tierra. It's her Universal highlight. And then this is called Sunset. Yes, Sunset. I like that one. Tutu, this really beautiful pink one. Black Cherry, I actually just got this recently. Ballet Slippers, probably my most favorite blush shade of the Vision Flush. And I say blush shades because I primarily use them as blushes, but you can use them on the eyes and the lips. And then Toasted Almond, one of my favorite bronzer shades, definitely keeping it. All right, Patrick Ta. Going Nowhere. This is She's Blushing. This is beautiful. This came out earlier this year, and I really enjoy the formula. So gonna keep this one. My most favorite blush maybe of all time. She's So LA. Oh my goodness me. Did I just give her that title? Did I really do that? I must have. And then the Deeper Major Dimensions Blush Trio Palette. Gonna keep this one. This is beautiful. All right, getting into some of the nitty gritty. So I have two highlighters by Dior, luminizers, if you will. This is in 03, and I really enjoy this. I'm gonna put it this way so you can see the shade better. So I'm gonna keep this one. Their luminizers are so high shine. And then I have this one. This is the peachy version. Well, no, the cooler tone one, the pinky version. I'm gonna keep this one. I need to use this one more because it's really pretty. Some more Lancome highlighters. So I have 05 Sparkling Pesh. Ooh, right here. Oh, see, this needs to be used. I'm gonna keep it. And then Radiant Rose Gold. That's pretty. Now, I will declutter this one because I don't really, I'm not gonna say I don't use it, but I have highlighters like this that I won't miss this one in terms of shade because I have other ones like this. So I will declutter this one. And then I have this palette by Salt New York. So you buy their palette separately, but these are the shades that I have. These are 2 blush shades and then 2 cream highlighters. They're all cream formulas. This is pretty. I want to keep it. I do. So I'm gonna keep it. I'm looking at it like, do you wanna keep it? Yes, I do. I do wanna keep it. All right, now into this last part. Look at us flying through it. All right, a Sephora Collection blush that I'm gonna declutter. This is called Hey Jealousy. I bought this because I heard that these blushes went viral on TikTok. And I have learned when things go viral on TikTok, they still may not tickle my fancy. And this was one of them. So nothing's wrong with the formula. It's actually a really great formula. Just, didn't do nothing for me. So Declutterville. We have another blush by Pat, Paradise Venus. Love it. Keeping it. Some Char Girl blushes. So this is in, Walk Up With No Shame. Yes. Yep. Walk Up No Shame. I really enjoy Charlotte's blush formula. So I'm going to keep both of them. This is in Pillow Talk. And Pillow Talk actually is a really beautiful, like, neutral toned blush for me. Here is a bronzer by Mented that I'm going to declutter. Don't reach for it. And the formula is not my favorite. It's not bad. It's just not my favorite. The bronzer is called Vacay. Kosas bronzer that I still enjoy. This is in the shade called Deep. It's a really beautiful shimmer bronzer. Now this, nowhere. Going nowhere. This is in the shade called 04. Still one of my favorite bronzers, the Gucci bronzer. And then this is the Westman Atelier bronzer. And it's in the shade called Soleil Riche. So I do want to keep this one. Every time I look at it, I'm like, oh, I need to use it. I need to use it. So I'm going to keep it because it's really pretty. I'm not even going to lie. Here's one of Pat McGrath's highlighter duos. It's a highlighter and a balm. So this is the balm. I don't even think I've used this one yet. No, I've used the highlighter side. So I'll keep it. Another luminizer by Dior. This is in the shade called Peach Dune. I can declutter this one. I can do that, so I'm going to. Pat McGrath, here we go. All right. Love Struck. Definitely keeping My mom loves this. This is her favorite shade of blush. I've purchased this for her 3 times. And Night Bloom. So these are the newer ones that she came out this year. I can declutter this one. I can. This one is really rich. I don't reach for it. So I'm gonna see if my mom might want that one. Flirtatious. I can declutter this one. I like it. It shows on me actually, but I can let go. I can let go. Nymphette. Now I will keep Nymphette. She's beautiful. I still reach for her. Danessa Myricks Contour Balm, medium 3. Not going nowhere. Let's take more pats out. We've got Venetian Sunrise. My first thought was I can declutter it, so I'm gonna go with that. I can declutter it. That's what I'm gonna do. Cherish. Oh, I like Cherish. I'll keep Cherish. Desert Orchid. Yep, definitely keeping this one. Divine Rose. Yep, definitely keeping Divine Rose. Here's a highlighter in Bronze Mirage. Oh no! Y'all, look at this. This literally fell out. What is up with this? All of my pat highlighters are just breaking up. I do enjoy it, so I'm gonna keep it. But what is it? And what's weird is that the highlighters have been sitting in my drawer. I haven't even been touching them. Maybe just like the constant opening and closing of the drawers has caused the formula to break apart. That's the only thing I can think of. Okay, Paradise Glow. Now, I love this one. Keeping this. And then Divine Rose 2. I really enjoy Divine Rose 2 as well. So keeping that. All right. Okay. Oh, a couple more pat products. We have Electric Bloom. Oh, yeah. Keeping this one. And then another highlighter in Golden Nectar. This is gorgeous. I'm going to keep it. Okay. All right. I think we've got through all of Mother Pats. Here are the other LYS Beauty Cream blushes. They're all matte. So this is the shade called Inspire. All right. I'm just going to open them all and look at them, and then I'll decide. We have Self Love. Kindness. Confident. Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna keep this one for sure. Passion. As soon as I saw it, I was like, yep, keeping this. Oh yeah, Humble. I love Humble too. We have Epic and Empower. So I have 2 of Empower. So I'm gonna declutter my larger version of Empower because I like the smaller ones better. I really honestly hope they come out with a smaller size. It's just easier to store, if I'm being honest. All right, so let me put the camera down so you can see the ones that I'm talking about. So these are the LYS Cream blushes. And looking at them, let's see. I think I want to keep this one. This is called Kindness. I do want to keep Kindness. I can definitely declutter this one. This is called Inspire. I'll declutter that. I'll also declutter this orangey one is actually kind of pretty. I don't really have orange blushes like that, so I'm gonna keep this one, Epic. And then these 3 I can definitely declutter. I'm looking at them. I have no attachment toward them. So this is called Classy. This shade is Confident. And this shade is Self Love. So, and I actually thought I was gonna keep Self Love, but you know what? Ungrateful does it for me. So let me show you Ungrateful. I like Ungrateful more than I like Self Love. So, yep, that's what we'll do. All right, there we go. And then finishing up with these. So I have back here the rest of the Rare Beauty blushes. So just to show you them, but I am going to declutter all of them. This is Nearly Neutral. And like I said, I really enjoyed them all. Nearly Berry. That was a pretty one. Nearly Rose. I think Nearly Rose was one of my favorites out of all of them. And Nearly Mauve. Nearly Mauve was also another favorite of mine. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, but decluttering them all. Here is a Tom Ford blush right here. I can let her go. I bought this, I think I got this from the cosmetic company outlet store. And I think I used it once. This is in the shade called Flush. So I'll declutter this. And then definitely keeping this one. This is a highlighter duo by Tom Ford and Reflex Gilt. Most definitely keeping it. Here's a Chanel blush in the shade called Fuchsia Rosa. And I want to keep this. The blush formula is not as smooth as I think it should be, but the blushes, it's pretty. They're pretty. Here's another one called Pink Explosion. I went through a phase where I was like, I want to get at least one product from every category of Chanel. So I bought these blushes, and I really enjoy the formula of blush that they came out with earlier this year. The blush by Dior. Oh, this is called Birds of a Feather. This one. I'm gonna declutter it. I think I used this the one time I did the review. And I think that's it. I don't know, it's really pretty. What should I do? Oh, I don't know. You know what, I'm gonna keep it because I barely used it. And I think I barely used it because there was so much in this drawer and I just easily forgot about it. All right, guys, we are done. All right, so let's look at what I'm keeping and decluttering and we'll wrap it up. Okay, and before we sign off, remember I said I was gonna keep this Merit bronzer stick? I think I'm gonna declutter it. When I was gathering things, I looked at it and I said, Chelsea, you're really not gonna reach for it. It's a really beautiful formula, but it's a little more emollient than what I like. So I'm gonna declutter this one. Okay, now, this is what I'm keeping, and this is what we are decluttering. So, I'll admit, I did want to declutter more than what I did. But this is where we're at right now. So, and we're just gonna end it with that. I could have maybe done more, but honestly, these, like I said, I knew this was gonna be harder because these were the products that I kept in my drawer because I, in theory, wanted to reach for them more. So that's the end of this declutter. Stay tuned because we still have to declutter lips, eyeshadow palettes, and lip liners. I might even declutter some of my makeup brushes. So we still got a few declutters to work with. I really want to just go into the new year with products that I really want to use. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in my very next video. Bye, guys.